Dave, Wayne, Grace, Ari, and I took the first week of August and went up to the new River Gorge. A couple of weeks before at the Whitewater Center, Dave had talked me into using his Scorch. I had really liked it, so I asked if I could paddle it up the new river. I left my house on Friday afternoon to go pick up Dave and Grace, but did not have a boat in my car. That was just a very uncomfortable feeling. Dave had heard that the new River Dries were running due to some dam work, so even though no one had ever been there before, we decided to run that. After biscuits at the gas station, which were large and surprisingly good, we drove over and set shuttle. We started up the path, which had 3 options for put-ins, pretty much right at the parking lot, 0.6 miles up, and then 3/4 of a mile up. We all decided to do the 3/4 mile up, walk to the dam, and do the full section. While the walk up was mostly on a nice dirt road, it was still 3/4 of a mile and had me really missing my normal boat's Liquid Logic outfitting. We went down the path to the river, and near the bottom, Wayne decided to demonstrate an alternative method for getting one's boat to the river.
Goodbye.
We dropped our boats and scouted around looking for a good place to start. Dave really wanted to do the section right under the dam, but the rest of us did not think it worth it for the ferry and the one little drop and then a bunch of nasty looking rocks everywhere at the bottom.
I'm not. I'm putting it down there. Where the boat is.
Probably right. The risk is getting pinned over there. And then,
So we went back to where we left our boats and then seal launched into a very nice little eddy. Here Dave demonstrates appropriate ferry angle and edging. Here I do not. I still make it to where I wanted to go, but it was a lot more work. I really need to practice maintaining my ferry angles. We took in the scenery and kind of played around a bit warming up, surfing little bitty waves, catching eddies and such. After we got to the bridge where the first put-in is located, we all pretty much decided that the full walk up was not really worth it, and will not be doing that again in the future. I missed the first rapid after the bridge as I forgot to turn the camera back on, but I will say it kind of surprised all of us when we came up on it. It was a little bigger than it looked in the run-up. There were no issues, but there were a few O's and a couple of quick strokes from all of us. So Dave again with a very nice ferry angle. But mine's not too awful bad this time. I am starting to get a feel for the boat and am really liking it. Because of the dam work, the water was about 3,600 to 3,800 CFS, which, as we were told later, is just about what was coming into the lake, and they were maintaining lake levels. While no one had seen this stretch before, it was all pretty much read and run and was well within everyone's snack bracket. With no one to have to look out for, we pretty much were able to play our way down the river. And here Ari also demonstrates how appropriate ferry angle and edging can make ferries effortless.
Pretty good.
Wayne and I started to pull ahead of Dave, Ari, and Grace as we were just kind of running the rapids that were there in front of us. Not really playing too much, just running what was there. Sometimes you do get by with a little help from your friends. I don't give him the Donnie and instead pull him off the rock as I go by. Miss you, Donnie.
Yeah, I think
Up to this point, we had seen no one else on the river. About 3/4 of the way down, and before the last two rapids, a couple of other local kayakers caught up to us. We decided to let them lead for the rest of the run to make sure we got the best lines. We likely would have taken the same lines, or at least been pretty close, but this way, there was less evaluating before running.
The worst way is I tried to look up kayak dust on the Grand Canyon.
Super boily below, and then it's all pretty much a straight shot. Then the next one, you kind of make a little left, then right. Then the last one, you got that little pillow move. Yeah, this is the first time for all of us.
Yes, this is my. Yeah, me too. Today. Well, it's not true. I came one other time, but it was a while ago. Still my fifth run with you.
Moving. And second one, kind of flat left of this hole, and then back right behind it. Follow this one, but I'm looking like.
Even with the pre-rapid beta, I wussed out and did not take the shoulder move, and instead chose to follow the hand paddler down the top. I need to stop being quite so conservative.
This isn't a release.
No,
per se.
they're just feeding what's in the new through the drives.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is. So what gauge do you look at?
There's like a Brookfield hydro page.
The last mile or so is into the next lake backwater, but while we were chatting, we were able to learn the locals' preferred levels to run this section. It is highly recommended between 3,000 and 6,000 where we were today. After that, it gets a little squirrely, and then over 8K, it just gets big and way less fun.
Big characteristic. It's a really interesting format. Walk downstream and then it's coming on.
We were off the river by about 2:30, but we found out later there was an incident on this section a couple hours after we went through. A couple of guys on sit-on-tops had tried to run this section, but unfortunately had neither the skills nor the appropriate gear and had flipped, lost paddles, and had gotten themselves stranded in the middle of the river. Luckily, there was literally one last crew that was able to save them and shepherd them down the rest of the river just before dark. Definitely make sure you have the appropriate skills, gear, and knowledge before going out. This could have turned out much worse. We had a great day out on the new River Dries. It's a great section of river, much less crowded, but still a lot of fun. Check it out if it's running. And now, off to Woodfire Pizza over at Free Folk Brewing.